Hey guys, so it is the beginning of March, and that means it is time for February favorites, and I am really excited because it's all makeup and all this stuff is really great, and I can't wait to show it to you. So let's do it. I've really been changing up my foundation routine the last month or so. I got a couple of new foundations that I've been really liking, and I've kind of changed the way I've been applying it, been using a primer, so all that stuff. Whoops. I wanted to show you guys because I'm really happy with what I've been doing. And let me know in the comments below if you guys want to see my new foundation routine, because it is really different than pretty much anything I've been doing before. So yeah, okay. First, there's a primer that I've been using, and that is the Benefit Professional Primer. So this is called the Pro Balm to minimize the appearance of pores. This is basically like a silicone primer that, you know, will make everything in your face look a little bit more even so that your foundation goes on more smoothly. And I don't usually like silicone primers. Like, I really dislike the Smashbox one, and I always find that it kind of, I don't know, it kind of like becomes crumbly on my face. It's really weird. It does not react well with my face, and so I usually steer clear of those and only really look for really moisturizing primers, like something that's water-based. But I found this I had like a little tiny sample of it, and I found it in my, like, the back of my makeup drawer, and I was like, I'm gonna try that again. And I have been using it just kind of where I get oily, like on my nose and the skin around my nose, like that's where I have larger pores, and on my chin. And I have been really liking it. I don't find that it makes my skin dry or it crumbles at all. It just makes my foundation go on much smoother. So I've been really liking this. I liked it so much that I used up the whole sample and I bought the full size. And I've also changed up my foundation routine. I'm using two different foundations right now that I've been really liking. Every day I've been wearing the Revlon Nearly Naked foundation in the color Vanilla. And I've been really liking this. At first, I wasn't sure how I felt about it, and I was finding that, like, it didn't stay on quite as long as some of the other Revlon foundations. Like I've never tried the Revlon Color Stay in the liquid, but I have tried the mousse, and I really like that, especially in the summer, and it just kept my skin so perfect, and it didn't seem to wear off at all. And this doesn't have as much, like, it doesn't last as long. Although I find that if I use it with a primer and I use a little bit of setting spray, it does stay all day. But yeah, I mean, I really do like it though. I really like the finish. It looks really natural. And for daytime, I don't really like to wear a heavy foundation or look like I have a mask on. And the other thing I've been really liking about this is that it has a broad spectrum SPF of 20. So I don't have to worry about adding sunscreen before, or no, I don't have to put sunscreen on, and I'm covered for the day. So yeah, I've been really liking this. The only thing about this I don't like, no pump. I really wish it had a pump, because I feel like every time I use it, I'm just pouring out too much, and I don't like that. And then another foundation that I'm really loving right now is the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum foundation. And I got this from ASOS, and if you live in the United States, you know, this is technically a drugstore foundation, but it's drugstore for Europe and UK. But like I said, you can get it on ASOS. You can search online for swatches. A lot of people do swatches of these things, so definitely check that out. I got really lucky, actually. This color here, which is also called Vanilla somehow, which is funny, ended up being a pretty excellent match. It's maybe a tiny bit too dark, but it's nothing that like a little bronzer on the neck can't counteract. But yeah, I've been loving this. This is not really as good for daytime, only because it doesn't have any SPF, so you have to put your SPF on under it. But it's an even longer wearing foundation. It's a 16-hour foundation, and it's supposed to be radiance boosting and help even out your complexion, and it really does. It actually has surprisingly good coverage. Like, at first I thought it was, because it's a little bit liquidy, even though it's supposed to be a gel. I found that it's really good coverage, and yeah, I've been really liking this. And Bourjois owns Chanel, and a lot of the Chanel foundations are very similar to the Bourjois ones. So if you're looking for a Chanel foundation but you don't want to spend the money, maybe check these out. On ASOS, these run for about $20. I don't know how much they are in Europe, probably closer to like 8 or 9 pounds, which is, I think with the exchange, about the same. So it's more expensive than a regular drugstore foundation. Like this is, I think, $10, and I got it on offer with the powder, and it was buy one, get one free, plus coupons. I think I spent $10 for both of them, so I got these for like $5. But $20 is still pretty reasonable when most high-end foundations start at $40. So they're both really good. And last but not least for foundation, I have changed my application. You guys know I really love the Sigma F80 brush and the Real Techniques brushes for buffing foundation in, and I still do, and I still use them pretty often. But most days now, especially when I'm using my Revlon Nearly Naked, which dries really fast, I've been loving a damp beauty blender. They just make it so much easier to put my foundation on. It's just, you know, you get the foundation, put it on your back of your hand, take the fat part, just stipple it right on your face. It takes, putting on foundation, it makes it so fast, and I just love it. And the foundation looks a little bit more fresh and dewy because there's, you know, the water from the beauty blender. So yeah. MAC stuff this month. You guys know I had bought a bunch of the stuff from the Archie Girls collection. I did a few tutorials on that. And I am really, really loving, specifically the blushes. The 2 powder blushes that came in the collection. This one is Betty's blush. It's called Cream Soda. And it's a beautiful light peach with a tiny bit of gold shimmer. You can't even see it really. And I've been wearing this pretty much every single day, just as like an everyday foundation, doing my makeup, not foundation, but everyday blush, just like quick, fast, out the door. It's a really great color if you have pale skin. And I've been loving Veronica's Prom Princess blush, which is a very dark sort of magenta color. I guess I would call it magenta. It's like a purpley fuchsia, which you definitely need a light hand if you're fair, but just makes the most beautiful, like natural looking flush on your skin. And I think if you have dark skin, this, if you can still get it, worth it. So worth it. I am just really, really loving it. That's what I'm wearing today. And I've been wearing it a lot for special occasions and anytime I want to have a little bit extra flush. Like last weekend, I went shopping for my wedding dress, which was really exciting and fun. And I wore this as my blush because, you know, when you're shopping for your wedding dress, you want to make sure that you do your makeup as you would similarly to your, as you will on your wedding day. And, you know, white can really wash you out, especially if you have pale skin. So it's good to wear a little bit extra blush. And this one just really stood out. And all the pictures I have of me in the different dresses and stuff were, I just looked so, like, pretty and bridal. It was awesome. So, yeah. So yeah, these blushes are gorgeous, and I hope that they add them into the permanent collections or bring them out in other collections because I think it's silly that they're all both limited edition because they're both just so great. But I have tried a new bronzer this month. This was on sale at my local Duane Reade. It's the Physicians Formula Bronze Booster. And this is a really nice bronzer, I think, if you have pale skin. It looks like this. It's a fair, very light color. I think this actually comes in 3 colors. Glow boosting, pressed bronze, yeah, fair to light. This one's in fair to light, so I think there's like a medium and a dark too. And they were on sale, like I said. And it's a really pretty bronzer. It has a tiny bit of shimmer in it, and it's a little bit lighter, but it's just like, it's kind of like the Betty blush because it's like very light. It's so easy when you have fair skin to just sweep a little bit on your face and just give you a nice healthy glow. And I just have been loving these two together. As you guys know, I've been loving MAC eyeshadows, and dun, 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 dun. I finished my palette this month. Woo! Yay! I was so excited when I finally put the last one in. It took me, like, I probably spent an hour or two the day I got the last of the order in, like organizing this palette and going through each one and trying to figure out like the easiest, like the best combination of colors just for like how it lays in the pan so it would like look pretty. But my favorite colors this month are definitely charcoal brown. So now I have 2 good crease, like matte crease colors. I have Quarry and charcoal brown, which I'm loving. I'm wearing that today. Sketch, which looks like a burgundy, I think. And I think that's how it's going to come up on camera. But it's actually like it's like a dark reddish brown. And it's just gorgeous to define the outside corner of your eye. Cranberry, which is a brighter burgundy, like a real burgundy red color. And this one is Naked Lunch, which I've just been loving as like an all over lid color, and I just think it's really easy. I'm actually considering doing my own makeup for my wedding, so I was, you know, the reason I started putting this palette together was to make my own wedding palette, and I think over the course of the next few months, especially because I'm like doing my engagement pictures soon and stuff, I'm going to be posting some tutorials with these eyeshadows. So if there's an eyeshadow that you're interested in seeing and you want to see it in a tutorial, please leave me a comment below and I will work that out. I think I hauled this a long time ago, but I like left it in my drawer and didn't open it until recently. And then last week when I was shopping for my wedding dress, I was like, I gotta bust out my waterproof. And this Colossal Volume Express Cat Eyes mascara in the waterproof is just awesome. It just provides so much length and volume for your lashes, and it holds a curl like there's nobody's business. So I was really floored. I was out all day shopping with my mom, my friends. There were some tears. It was a big day and we went all over the place. I think I got up at like 8 a.m. and I didn't get home till like almost 6. And when I got home, my mascara was exactly where I left it. It wasn't flaking all over my face. It hadn't moved at all, and my eyelashes were still so curly. And I was floored, and I'm loving this. I don't wear waterproof mascara every day, but this I think is like going to be a top contender for those nights, those days where I need a waterproof. This month, I wore this nail polish almost every day. I wore it so much, like I would take it off and put it back on. That's how much I loved it. And that is Pop Beauty Nail Glam in number 47 Naked Metal. It's so beautiful. This is like a rose gold foil color, and it is just absolutely gorgeous. Guys, that's all of my favorites for the month of February. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and if you haven't, you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, please subscribe, and I will see you all again really soon. Bye-bye.